Cameron, it sure seemed like the Pirate women's soccer team took the momentum of a strong performance in the final weekend of the first half of the schedule into the
Yeah.
first weekend of the second half of the schedule on the road at Pacific and Willamette.
Yeah.
Came away with 4 points, a win and a tie.
Yeah.
And that tie, you had to come back from an early deficit.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you saw this weekend and the signs of continued growth for this team.
Yeah, happy to genuinely feel like 4 good performances in a row. I think from a tough start to the year in so many ways, we had to restabilize, which is not how you draw up a plan. And now we can feel like a consistent version of ourselves, and in 4 games, 1-1-2 doesn't feel like, wow, it's glowing, this is amazing. But when we look at where we really want to focus our energy on our attitude and how we bring our competitive spirit, on our performances, and how we bring that consistently, we've got 4 good games here. And although we wanted more out of that, home weekend versus UPS and PLU, we did well, and it's how it goes in big games. It can go either direction, and it's how it goes in our season. We got to fight, my analogy has been swimming upstream. We got to keep going. And it definitely felt like maybe we're not swimming upstream. Once that first goal goes in at Pacific, we had to fight hard for it. We created so many good chances. I was so proud of our soccer, how we played in that first game. Gosh, we're big on, we call it box crosses, basically like trying to shorten the length of a cross. We're getting near the edge of the box in order to serve, and we had so many of those chances where we were just, feet away from tap-in goals. And so it could have been more, and it'd be easy in such a place to be like coulda, shoulda, woulda, and not come away with a goal. So glad that we did a brilliant one, really like kind of indicative of where we're at. We played really good soccer, had good lead up to it, and had to muscle the ball across the line, and Becca did. Wonderful strike, really low, hard finish. Not an easy one necessarily. A place that we've been in inside of 12 yards plenty of times and not come away with a goal. So it just felt, at least for me, like it happened, the goal. And then, we haven't been in that position so much this year where we're up a goal closing out a game. We probably take a little bit away from that. We'll bring that up this week to go like, we could have done that stronger. In the end, we compliment the group to say we had to work a little harder than we should have. Finishing out a game, defended a lot of chances into our services into our box, and did really well to close out and get 3 points. Where we're at in our season, it's hard not to get 3 points against Willamette. You want every single point you can get, and I felt like we definitely played well enough to do it. We had to come from behind. It was a lapse, really just by like one player. The burden doesn't fall all on one person in a team's outcome. But in that moment, it was a big one, and we didn't track a runner. She got free in the box. She finished her chance. They had little to no chances other than that one, and that's why it's tough not to come away with 3 points because, for sure, is one of our most prominent attacking performances. 18 shots, I think it was, if I remember right, and so many quality chances and didn't convert. So really pleased with the performance, really happy with where our spirit's at, and we have to keep kicking on. It's hard in, like I said before, in the place that we're in the season. You want every single point, but right now we got to take 4 points as momentum and continue to roll. And we've scored in back-to-back games, which we haven't been able to do in conference, and so now, there's building blocks to see where we can keep on going.
You have a chance to take a steep climb up the table over these last 6 matches. It begins with a Wednesday match against Whitman. What do we know about the Blues at this point, and what challenges they'll present?
I think in the last three seasons plus this one, I think there's only been one game that's been decided by more than one goal, and so we expect it to be another tight one. It's always, I think against them, the most soccer match. They play freer than most opponents. they're willing to get out and create. They like to possess the ball in order to attack. And so in that way, it becomes one of the games that we really enjoy. Plus, you get this Eastern Washington rivalry added into it, the battle of the wits, that kind of thing. And it's just a really honest, good, competitive game. The mutual respect is there, and we go get after it. So, yeah, you'll see two teams who are going to try and create, two teams who are going to work hard in defense, two teams who are going to really rally together. I think we have a lot of those things in common. And we're going to try and go put our stamp on the game and how we dominate the ball. As we dominate the ball, let it lead us to the chances that we want. Yeah, like I said this past weekend, we're getting the ball to all the right areas. We got to go do it again in midweek, and that's going to be what leads us to kicking off this unique week, Wednesday, Saturday, in the best way possible.